Okay, we've just entered a trade here, E-mini day trader at 1277 even. You can see our indication right there with the blue up arrow, which indicates we want to get into a long trade at that dashed line that you can see right at 1277. So we have entered a trade there. 8 contracts. I have 4 of them on the automated trade management feature in Ninja, and I've entered 4 additionally without. So we'll just see how that automated trade management feature works when I've combined them like that. Tell you the truth, sometimes when I do it, it will activate it, and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll just watch it here. But you can see that the protective stop is a 1.5 lower at 1275.50, so that's our sell stop. So we're risking 6 ticks on this trade. Our first objective is at 1277.75, so it's a 3-tick profit objective for the first target, and the second target is a 1.5 or 6 ticks, and you can see that sell limit up there at 1278.50. So this particular trade, in what has developed today, it should be a good trade. There's a lot of background structure going into this trade, which should make it a pretty nice one. You can see that, by the way, my time is the Pacific time, West Coast, so around 11:20. So that's approximately 2:20 Eastern time. This trade has been entered on Thursday, January the 20th, 2011. So as I was saying, this trade, I think, can possibly hold some pretty good potential. We'll just see how it unfolds here. Our basic trade protocol is just 4 contracts, is just kind of a just sort of a minimum requirement. It's not really a minimum, because a lot of our traders will start less than that, which is fine. The reason I've done 8 here is that I do think it's a better than average opportunity, and so basically just doubling the normal position that we take with E-mini day trader. So you can see there, even though the market did reach our +3 objective and did hit 1277.75, you can see that the stop order did not automatically adjust. So I've just gone ahead and adjusted the protective sell stop there to 1276.25, which is now maximum risk on this trade is just 3 ticks. The time remaining at the bottom there, that's just a countdown that NinjaTrader has on its chart. So you can kind of count down. This is a 1-minute bar chart, so what it does at the start of each bar, it starts counting down the 60 seconds. So that's what that time is doing right there. Well, we've hit our first objective here on the second bar, so it's looking closer and closer, like it likely will get filled. Or certainly hoping so. Let me just move that over to the side so you can see it a little bit better there. So it's trading right off of the chart here like this. It does obscure some of the charts, or some of the bars, I should say. So you can actually set it up, as you know, for those of you that have used Ninja, you can actually set it up so that the right-hand margin is, you can set it to 10 bars or 5 or 20 bars, whatever you want. I usually just leave it at 0, because I'm watching it pretty closely, but in this case, just so that you could see it a little bit more clearly. went ahead and just dragged it back like that. Yeah, I've just realized that I do have 8 in there, so I've got to put another sell limit in at the first objective for another 2 contracts, and also another sell limit 1 at the second objective. Being long 8 contracts, I will exit 1/2 the position at the first objective, and then fix this sell stop here too. Okay, so got filled on that first objective for 4 of the contracts. So we just have 4 remaining, and you can see I have the sell limit up there at 1278.50 for a profit target of 1.5 on, in this case, well, always according to our trade protocol, for 1/4 of the position. And because I started with 8 contracts here, I'm selling 2 at 78.50. So things are looking pretty good on this trade. The dashed amber line that you can see there was the high that was formed early in the day, and and so we've obviously come up and tested that, gone through it. As you can see, we reached up to 78.75, and now we've pulled back a little bit. And of course, our expectation is that the market will, after this pullback, continue to go up higher. Um, I've made the adjustment there, and it's put it up to 8. So let me think here. I'm going to have to do something on this. Uh, see if I put it back to 6. Okay, then it puts it to 10. Okay, and I think the reason that this is happening is that I've combined an ATM strategy with a non-strategy. So I think what I'll do is just cancel that. Scroll this down a little bit so you can see it. Um, and then go ahead and manually put the trade in. Okay, so being long from 77, I will put a sell stop in at 76.25 for the remaining half of the position, which is 4 contracts. So now that we have been filled on our first target and made 3/4 of a point or 3 ticks, the stop is now adjusted to that same amount. So if the market were to turn around and go 3 ticks below our entry price, we'd be stopped out at 1276.25 in this case. So we would lose the equivalent amount as to what we had just gained. So that first objective, really our philosophy on that is, we reach our first objective a very high percentage of the time. So when that happens, we just want to be prudent with our trade management and go ahead and put that stop in so that just in case the market does turn around on us, we end up with a net break even on the trade, less commission. So we're just trying to be relatively conservative. This is our basic trade management protocol, and we just want to try and be as conservative as possible. And like they say, if we can go ahead and um, manage the trade well, then the profits will take care of themselves. So, okay, so we were filled there, as you can see, at 1278.50. And so we did sell two contracts there, or 1/4 of the original 8 contracts, and now we just have 2 contracts left, and that's 1/4 of the position. And you can see now our break-even stop is right at our entry price at 1277. So let me just scroll down this chart here a little bit more. It's a little bit awkward to keep the time on the bottom. I guess I won't be able to. Okay, so yeah, we'll just follow this. And what we like to do is when we're in a long trade, what will often happen is if the market is bullish, which is obviously what we're expecting when we get long, and it forms one of our buying paint bars. What we will then do is adjust our stop just below the low of a buying. Okay, here we've got a buying paint bar. You can see it does form in real time. You can see there's right at the bottom there, it says 24 seconds left. So during the bar, it will change colors if need be. So it's a real-time indication in that sense. And as soon as this bar closes, I will go ahead and move the protective sell stop up from 1277 to 1278, as long as the low of this. Okay, there's the close of the bar there, and that's at 1278.50, the low of that bar. So I will raise my stop to 2 ticks below the low of that buying paint bar. And so our stop now on the final 1/4 of our position, which is 2 contracts, is at 1278. So we've locked in a point gain, or 4 ticks gain, on the final 2 contracts, at least at this stage. So hopefully we can get some more movement higher. And like I was saying earlier, this particular trade, not the trade type per se, but the background condition leading with the kind of day structure that we've had, leads us to believe that this could be a pretty nice trade. So we're just going to, which of course is the reason that I doubled up from our suggested 4 contracts and doubled it to 8. Now there is a potential here for an additional long trade to be triggered. Under most cases, we will not add to our position. However, I think in this case today, with the kind of strength of this trade, if that trade should trigger, and I obviously myself and all of our members know that there's a potential additional long trade that might be triggered fairly soon. In most cases, we will not add to a position. In other words, if we're long and then the next trigger is another long trade and we're still in, if we're still in a partial position, we will not go ahead and add to it. But in this particular case, I think we will. And so, and like I say, that really the reason is that the kind of action that's been in the market today, I think, leads us to believe that, certainly leads me to believe that this trade actually does have pretty good potential, to have another good leg higher. Now, whether or not that is going to unfold, of course, remains to be seen. But it's the way. Well, it's just really the way I'm thinking of the market at this time. So you can see that that this second trade has set us up and triggered us to buy at 1278.25. You can see that up arrow that has just been formed there. So instead of having that sell stop down there, I'm going to go ahead and buy at 1278.25 to add to the existing position. As I said, we usually don't add when we still have a partial position on, but I think in this case today, there's at least as it stands right now, a pretty good possibility to have a nice run higher. So we'll see if we can add to this position in this particular case. Just move it over there a little bit so you can see it. See if the trade comes down and fills us. Okay, I've just realized I wanted to add. I had it at 3, but really just to add 2 contracts up to a full complement on the regular trade at this point of 4 should it come down and fill us. I didn't realize I had put 3 there, but I meant to put 2 because we're already long 2, and then we'd have a total of 4, which is a regular complement. Well, hopefully it'll give us a fill here. I get the sneaking suspicion it's going to have a bit of a bounce. Okay, good. Got filled. So now we're long 4, average price of at this stage of the game of 77.25. Um, so we're back to a full complement, and being long at 77.25 as our average price, I will go ahead and put the sell stop in there 3 ticks below that entry, and so the sell stop's at 76.50. So just risking 3 ticks on this. I really should get my, whoops, I need to go ahead and get my sell limit too at our first objective here at 79. And just give it a little more space to take a look at that. So our long from 78.25, so our 3 tick or 3/4 of a point objective for 1/2 of the position based on the most recent fill would give us an objective at 12.79. So that's why I've got the exit in there at 12.79, 3 ticks above our entry right there, 78.25. Now it has hit 79 already, and so what I will do is adjust our protective sell stop, and we've been filled on that, so adjust the protective sell stop here to 3 ticks below where our latest entry was, which of course is at 12.78.25. So just at this point, in essence, we'll get a break even on this second trade here if the market should pull back, and I should put sell limit in there at the second objective, which is 79.75, point and a half above the most recent entry there at 12.78.25. So we've got our stop in there to protect us should the market move against us, and we've got our second objective in there should the market continue to move higher and get us filled on that second objective on this from this higher level. Now this exit here at 79.75 is the high of the day, but I suspect this high is going to get tested. As I said earlier, the original trade we placed here I thought had a lot going for it, and so there we okay, good. It has tested the high of the day. Haven't been filled on it. Hopefully we will. Okay, good. Filled on that. So we've hit our first and second objective from the higher price. So that's good. And now we need to adjust our sell stop down. So now we just have one contract remaining, and we'll put that stop at break even. Now once again we see that we've already formed a paint bar, a buying paint bar, and buying, our definition of course of buying, is a bar that takes out its previous bar's high. It's neither an inside bar or an outside bar, not as opposed to where it closed. So that's how we define a buying or selling bar in order to define where our stop should be adjusted to. So this has worked out to be a good trade so far. We've collected 9 points on this trade as of this moment. If we do get stopped out here on the final contract, it'll be another 175. So no worse than 10 3/4 points on this particular trade. So it's even if we get stopped out here, it's been a really nice trade. Looks like we just might be. A lot of times when that, you can see the diamond and the triangle on that last bar, that last paint bar, that often means at least a short term, maybe even a longer term indication of reversals. So certainly would not be surprised. Okay, there we are. We are taken out there at 79. So total profit at 10.75. So a nice trade. Thanks for watching.